Hey guys, Rob the Cameraman here from DirtfarmerJay.com. Usually I'm behind the camera, but today we got me out front because our friends at NewAir might have done it again. They sent us this outdoor beverage fridge. We're gonna unbox it, take a look at it, and see what we think. Stick around and we'll tell you more. Hey guys, Rob the Cameraman here from DirtfarmerJay.com. Usually, like I said, I'm on the other side of the camera, but today I'm gonna be taking a look at this new beverage fridge that NewAir sent us. This is their 24-inch, 5.3 cubic foot industrial grade beverage fridge. A couple of things that are really cool about it: stainless steel, it's got an auto closing door that can also lock, built-in or freestanding installation, which is really good for us because back here we like to host a little bit, but we don't necessarily have the room for like a built-in installation, so the freestanding is going to be great. We got the smoker for the meat over there and some great seating area and stuff like that. So being able to have something out here that can keep drinks cold, especially through the California summer, is going to be great. I know Dirt Farmer Jay's in the Mountain West where it gets a little bit cooler, but here in California, we're talking triple digits for a lot of the summer. So this is going to be a lifesaver if it lives up to the hype, and I think it will because NewAir, they tend to do that. So why don't we unbox it, get this thing plugged in, and see how it looks. Well, there you go. One thing that I'll say about the unboxing process is that it was incredibly easy. So NewAir, thank you for that. So why don't we pop it open and take a look at what's inside. The first thing I'll say is, as far as the exterior is concerned, it's stainless steel, fingerprint resistant and rust resistant. And I mean, the look of it is awesome, especially after shipping. I mean, the condition and stuff looks great. The finish looks amazing. And especially out here, it's gonna be one of the nicest things out on the porch. We're gonna have to upgrade everything else to keep up with this. Jeez. But here, let's pop it open and take a look. So inside, we got the self-closing door. That's gonna be a little bit of a challenge as we try to look inside, but here. We got a few racks, it looks like. Oh, Jesus, just all falling out of here. It looks like we got 3 racks. One of the things that it talks about is that it's 24 levels of shelving that you can do on the inside, which sounds to me like it's incredibly customizable, which is gonna be nice. We'll check that out a little bit more as we go. It looks like we've got the exterior handle, which we'll put on in just a minute. We've got our shelving, our rack and shelving brackets, I guess is what you'd call those. If Jay was here, he would know exactly what to call them. But yeah, brackets, we'll go with it. The shelving brackets included there as well. And then it also looks like we've got a little bit of hardware. We've got the manual and then the keys that will actually lock the fridge as well. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this all put together, we're gonna get it plugged in, and then we'll come back and do some more impressions about how things look as it gets up and running. So let's take a look at that. So actually, before we start to assemble anything, I would be remiss if we didn't take a look at the documentation. If there's one thing that Dirt Farmer Jay has taught me, it's that as much as you want to skip past the instructions, just take a look at the manual. So a couple of things, stop and please read. Oh, that's the door alarm. Actually, that's one of the other features that's advertised, is there's actually a door alarm. There's a digital display in there as well. It's letting us know it's kind of warm out here. You should probably close the door. We'll do that just while we take a look at the documentation. Now, a couple of things here. It says stop and please read. If you have any questions about the unit, any performance issues, give them a call. We've got some stuff here to be able to register the product. And then of course, we've got the manual that's gonna walk us through everything. It looks like it's in a couple of different languages, which is always helpful. And it's gonna walk us through all kinds of crazy stuff. So, like I said, let's get the racks installed, we'll get the handle installed, and then we'll take a look at all the features and get this thing up and running. All right, we've got our shelving installed. One thing that is, there's no denying there's tons of room in this thing, which is really great. And it seems like we had one extra bracket left, so thanks NewAir, that might come in handy. All right, let's get the handle put on the outside and then we'll get it plugged in and check out some of the internal features and stuff like that. We're gonna open up the door. We're gonna pull this rubber gasket. So you gotta work it a little bit. Here's what I'll say. I don't necessarily know that we need to pull the whole gasket out. There's a little bit of a cut right here, and if we pull this back slightly, I can see the hole right there. So I'm gonna try and grab the screw and see if we can poke it through there, and then that way we don't have to try to remove the whole rubber gasket, because that's gonna be a nightmare for me, I guarantee it. There we go. That one was a little bit more challenging, but we got it through. There we go. All right, once we got them poking through, then we're gonna go ahead and attach the handle from this side. One of the things that it says in the instructions is to make sure that you don't over tighten, because you can actually damage the handle, you can damage the door. So we're gonna take it real slow here, lowest setting, and just we'll maybe hand tighten as we get towards the end there. That's something I probably learned from Jay as well. All right, we've got the top and the bottom secured, but I'm not feeling confident to do it with the screw gun, so I'm gonna get a screwdriver and we're just gonna hand tighten it the rest of the way. Again, on these, like it says in the instructions, we don't wanna go super tight. You don't need to worry about cranking it way down. Just a nice hand tight is great. And once you feel like you got it in there well and it's comfortable, then we can call it good. All right, that feels pretty good. We're just gonna push the gasket back in. Thankfully, we didn't pull a bunch of it out, so it shouldn't be too hard to get it all back in there. Nice and closed up, and we'll let that auto door do its thing. All right, let's get it plugged in, and we'll take a look inside, kind of see some of the features. I'm really interested in the digital indicator inside that's gonna let us know about the temperature and stuff like that. So let's get it plugged in and see what we got. All right, so we've got everything assembled. We've got it plugged in. It's actually running right now. I don't know that you can hear it. I'm right next to it and I can barely hear it running. But I think one thing that we can't deny, it looks real nice. I love that it's got the locking on the door here. It comes with a couple of keys and simple, pop it down there, give it a turn clockwise. We're locked. Bring it down here, give it a turn counterclockwise, and we're unlocked, which is awesome. In case you got, I guess, somebody who's breaking into your backyard and trying to steal your beverages. I don't know who that is. Maybe it's an uncle, like a weird uncle you have. I don't know, but you can lock it if you need to. A couple of other great things that I'm seeing here. Inside, we've got a light, an LED light that pops on right here. And then we've got our digital controls in the back. Now, a couple of cool things that I'm reading about in the digital controls. Number one, you can set the temperature. You can also set the indicator to Fahrenheit or Celsius. So for our international friends, you're not stuck with Fahrenheit. You can switch it over to Celsius, which I'm sure you're gonna love. I don't love it, because I still don't know how to calculate it. But, you know, that's why I got Fahrenheit, I guess. So there you go. But NewAir's got you covered. A couple of other things. You got the door alarm. If it's open for 60 seconds, that door alarm is gonna go off. You've heard that a couple of times. I think that's great. And it's also got a defrost setting that it runs automatically. So if things are getting, it sounds like if things are getting a little bit frosty in there, it's gonna take care of you and make sure that things don't get too out of control. So there's our door alarm again. They got you covered. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't have enough stuff to fill this thing because it's pretty big, but I got a few things. We're gonna put some stuff in there just so you can get an idea of maybe what the size is like. So, as you can see, I put 18 cans in here and it's not even close. So, I think it's safe to say that, especially if you're gonna be having backyard parties, get-togethers, you stock this thing up, you're gonna be in really, really good shape. There's plenty of room in here, and it's definitely gonna meet your needs for, like I said, those backyard parties and get-togethers. And that door alarm, it's gonna have you covered every single time. As you can see, I mean, this thing is pretty sleek, it's pretty nice, super easy to set up. There's gonna be some good times had with this bad boy, I'll tell you what. So as always, this fridge was provided to us by NewAir with the total understanding that we could review it and give you our honest feedback, which I feel like we have. But as always, we're gonna come back in 1 year after using it and give you some more impressions over the long haul. If you're interested in checking this out or picking it up, you can go to newair.com. There's an affiliate link down in the description below. And if you use the promo code J10 at checkout, you're gonna get a 10% discount. So make sure you do that if you're thinking about picking one of these bad boys up. If you found this video to be helpful, as always, make sure you like it, and better yet, make sure you have subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you ring the bell when you do so that you're notified every Saturday when we drop a brand new video about product reviews, home, garden, shop, all that stuff that you're used to over at DirtfarmerJay.com. Now, speaking of our friends at NewAir, it's starting to warm up in the summer. If you're interested in checking out another great product by them, check out this video where we reviewed their evaporative cooler, and I think you're gonna be really interested in that. And check out this other video that we produced that YouTube thinks is perfect for you. And until the next time, this is Rob the Cameraman from DirtfarmerJay.com. Jay will be back next week.